me feel like it make you go and get some money, get some money. Ooh yeah.
Told me I should do.
Yeah.
Because I knew if it was something that God had for me, then I wanted to walk through it authentically.
About this whole Taraji, you know, I heard I was trending yesterday because people are saying that I was not supporting Taraji. Taraji will tell you herself that I've been the greatest champion of this film.
I remember when we first came in and we were doing rehearsal and they put us all in the same space. Like, we didn't have our own dressing rooms at the time.
The girls of Color Purple are coming for their directors. First, it was Taraji P. Henson, and now it's Fantasia Barrino's turn to take the mic. These past couple of days have been a PR disaster for Oprah and Steven Spielberg. They hoped that the movie would break the internet, but instead, it's been trending for all the wrong reasons. And it's not just Taraji anymore. Fantasia and Danielle have stepped forward as well now, revealing just how bad the conditions on set were. The cast wasn't given their own trailers, let alone food, and once again, Taraji had to step up to fight the production for the injustice. And Oprah isn't exactly happy about the cast spilling the beans to the public. This was the last thing she had planned for her big release. Just how bad were the conditions on the set of The Color Purple? And did Oprah and Steven Spielberg really disrespect some of the most prominent black actors on set? Let's find out.
There was something online about us being separated at the top of the Empire State Building. On that particular day, we were so cold. So I don't know what kind of body language people were talking about. I was like just trying to stay warm, and that was the fourth thing we had done. And so I you know, there's no validity to there being a thing between Taraji and I.
Fantasia and Oprah have been tight buds forever. The actress even starred in the Broadway production of The Color Purple alongside Oprah, so it's not her first rodeo. However, given all that's gone down with the movie, it seems like Fantasia might start putting some distance between her and Oprah.
I never gave up and I never gave in.
Oprah had high hopes for The Color Purple. As a major black production, the American TV host was looking to make some waves in the industry. However, fans think that if Oprah wanted to sweep the award shows, she should have treated her actors better. First, Taraji turned some heads in the industry by speaking up about the pay controversy. And just when Oprah thought the storm had passed, more shocking details came to light. In a recent interview, fellow star Danielle Brooks revealed how the actors were stuffed into one trailer at the beginning of production. Mind you, The Color Purple had a $100 million budget, so it's not like the upper management couldn't provide its actors with their own trailers, which is expected from high-end productions. However, instead, it seemed like the producers were looking to save up money. What's worse is that the production didn't provide the cast with food either. Picture this. You're working grueling 15-hour work shifts every day. You don't have a trailer of your own to rest up, and you have to bring your food as well. As far as workplaces go, the set for Danielle Brooks revealed how the actors were stuffed into one trailer at the beginning of production. Mind you, The Color Purple had a $100 million budget, so it's not like the upper management couldn't provide its actors with their own trailers, which is expected from high-end productions. However, instead, it seemed like the producers were looking to save up money. What's worse is that the production didn't provide the cast with food either. Picture this. You're working grueling 15-hour work shifts every day. You don't have a trailer of your own to rest up, and you have to bring your food as well. As far as workplaces go, the set for The Color Purple was a nightmare. One fan said, "It literally shows that the $100 million budget was not going towards the talent. It also shows that the producers, executives, and the other money people just assumed they could treat black actresses like trash. They would never treat a cast of Meryl Streep, Judi Dench, and a couple of new white actresses like this. They would give Meryl and Judy a minimum of $10 million, their own trailers, chef, limo drivers, and the works. Let's just admit that systemic racism is thriving in the film industry. What's interesting is that Oprah was sitting right next to Danielle while she was spilling the tea, and she looked really uncomfortable. It almost looked like she was planning damage control for another PR nightmare during the interview.
Sorry, Miss O. We ain't had no food.
She had no idea.
She didn't know what was going on.
She had no idea. She was like,
I heard about it.
oh, yeah.
And you corrected it for us. You corrected it.
Didn't I call you?
Yes, and I was like, Miss O, we gotta fix this. And she said, say less. And was it not
And
fixed?
that's what I appreciated.
However, Oprah jumped to save her image and her beloved production on the spot, saying that she had no idea about the conditions on set initially. And surprisingly, the others vouched for her. As small-time actresses, Danielle and Fantasia weren't really in a position to speak up, but Taraji became their voice. Reportedly, she rang up Oprah, who proceeded to fix the situation.
Taraji, as Blitz, our director, says. I mean, I have been watching her from the beginning. And to just have someone just be a guide for us.
However, fans think that had there been a white cast, these issues would have never been there to begin with. One fan wrote, "The sad part is had this been white actresses on her set, she would have provided them with an abundance of everything that this particular crew lacked. Shame on Oprah." Interestingly, Fantasia never wanted to work with Oprah on the movie in the first place. When she was first made the offer, Fantasia reportedly turned down the role. Now, the reason she gave was that playing Celie was just too hard for her. As a DV survivor herself, Fantasia thought there were too many similarities. However, fans think that Fantasia had other reasons. According to one theory, Fantasia simply didn't want to work with Oprah again for obvious reasons. Fortunately, Taraji proved to be the voice that Fantasia and Danielle so desperately needed on set. She also kicked up a storm when the management refused to provide the cast with appropriate transport.
A lot of times, yes, I've done a lot of TV, I've done a lot of films, specifically independent films, but this is my first studio film. So sometimes you do come in just saying, okay, well, I'm gonna just take whatever they give me. I'm just happy to be here, you know? But you spoke up for us and you showed me how to do that. But what I've really enjoyed is your sisterhood is authentic and it's real. It's not this fake.
During an interview with the New York Times, the Golden Globe Award winner revealed that instead of drivers, the production provided them with rental cars. However, Taraji was against it because not only was it an insurance liability, but it also put the actors at risk. Taraji said, "They gave us rental cars and I was like, I can't drive myself to set in Atlanta. This is insurance liability. It's dangerous. Now they robbing people. What do I look like? Taking myself to work by myself in a rental car?" So I was like, can I get a driver or security to take me? I'm not asking for the moon. They're like, well, if we do it for you, we gotta do it for everybody. However, Taraji pushed back. She said, well, do it for everybody. It's stuff like that, stuff I shouldn't have to fight for. I was on the set of Empire fighting for trailers that wasn't infested with bugs. While Taraji has been a fierce force fighting for better conditions for her people, she admits that these situations take a toll on her soul. During the same interview, Taraji admitted that fighting so hard to establish a name for herself and be respected in the industry wears her down. Things got so bad for Taraji that she had to step away from work and go on a month-long trip to Bali to recenter herself in 2023. Although Taraji had no reason to come back, she did it for the sake of her sisters. Now, Taraji is a multi-award-winning actress with several prominent roles under her belt. If things are so bad for her, fans can only imagine what it's like for the likes of Danielle and Fantasia. Talking about the injustice in the industry, Taraji said, "It hurts my feelings when it's not reciprocated, but I know this world is cold and nobody really cares, and you gotta go out and fight for what you want." Taraji further expressed disappointment disappointment, saying, "What else do I need to do to prove my worth? Now that I'm singing and dancing for you, and I climbed up on the table 88 times with my knobby knees and had to ice my knees in between takes, what else do I need to do?" What's worse is that The Color Purple had a prominent black woman at the front. According to fans, Taraji and the others shouldn't have had to deal with these issues under Oprah's wing. Unfortunately, it looks like Oprah is a part of the problem, becoming the very reason for Taraji to almost walk away from the film. During another bombshell interview, Taraji revealed that she has been fighting for better pay all her life. And unfortunately, when it came to The Color Purple, things were more or less the same. The initial offer was so bad that Taraji almost considered walking away from the project altogether.
Where's my raise? I haven't seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary. And almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hallie and Felicia? Then why am I doing this? If it's all just for me, why are you here? We are to service each other. God is very clever. He put us on this earth and he made us all look different. He made it complicated. We need to figure it out. And we can. And we are. You have to look at the glass as half full. It's always half full.
Now, Taraji has been talking about the pay disparity in the industry for years. According to her, despite her numerous accolades, she has to work from the ground up whenever a new project rolls around. What's more, she even had to audition for the role of Sugar Berry in The Color Purple. Sure, Taraji killed the audition, but the fact that she's still treated as an entry-level actress raises some serious concerns. While speaking about her audition for the movie, Taraji said, "I don't even know, because at this point, I'm a Golden Globe winner for Empire and Academy Award nominated for Benjamin Button. So I went in there with a chip on my shoulder because I was like, you will never second guess me again. I found a dress that was very shug. I had did my hair up and put a flower in it. I wore a Faux fur shawl and I went in and literally kicked the door down. He was like, 'Do you need to rehearse?' I was like, 'No, let's go.' Blitz tells it like, within 20 minutes, she sealed the deal. But I'm really getting tired of fighting. I'm tired of proving myself. It seems like every time I break a glass ceiling, when it's time to renegotiate for another job, I'm right back like I did nothing." Following the interview, Taraji found support from her community. When Taraji talked about firing her team for not capitalizing on the success of her Empire character, 50 Cent jumped on Instagram to let Taj know he was open to working together. He posted the headline of a Deadline news article addressing the issue with the caption, "They dropped the ball. Screw them. Taraji, I'm ready to work. Let's get it." Now, not everyone believed Fifth had good intentions, but the rapper didn't miss a beat to prove himself. In another post, he wrote, "Someone called me today thinking I was joking about working with Taraji, till told them what I made stars pay Mary J. Blige to be on Ghost. I ain't out here messing around." Fifth's support doesn't come as a surprise to fans. Back when Monique landed in trouble with Oprah and found herself blacklisted from the industry, 50 extended a helping hand to Monique. He posted a picture of Monique on her Instagram with the caption, "All in favor of Monique being back on top. Say, make it happen. Stop messing around." He also asked Oprah and Tyler Perry, the people who had wronged Monique, to apologize to the actress. The fact that Fifth was willing to help out Monique when people like Steve Harvey had abandoned her is impressive to say the least. Even Cat Williams addressed the pay controversy during an interview with Shannon Sharpe, calling it one of the saddest situations.
It was the saddest thing ever, because Imagine being in your genre, in your sub-niche, whatever it is. Imagine being in your lane. Imagine being one of the very top of your lane. That to the point where if they don't take you for the role, there's not 3 black actresses that they can say are bigger than you that we're gonna give this to. Imagine you being at that point and have to humble yourself and say,
Like fans, he called for prominent black voices in the industry to uplift their brothers and sisters. He believed the only way for the black community to break these cycles of oppression was to support one another.
Be what you're gonna be, but put your people on. If you a gay person and you in there, put some other gay people on. Put somebody on. Or don't be wondering why people keep saying gatekeepers. Because clearly, y'all are keeping these gates. Clearly.
But it seems like Oprah missed the memo. So far, fans haven't seen her use her platform to help out the Black community. Instead, her actions are the exact opposite. And it's not just Taraji and Monique. Over the years, several Black celebrities have accused Oprah of trying to sabotage their careers. Even 50 had some beef with Oprah. Back in the day, she took shots at Fifth for his music, accusing him of spreading violence through his songs. However, Oprah has never stepped up to offer an apology to the people she wronged. To fans, she has always been focused on fame and power, not caring about her brothers and sisters in the business. And even now, the situation is no different. Instead of admitting to her mistakes, Oprah has been bending over backward to save her image. Following the pay controversy, Oprah posted a picture of her and Taraji on her Instagram, raving about Taraji's talents. More recently, Oprah spoke to Entertainment Tonight to clear the air. She shut down rumors about her not supporting Taraji and the rest of the cast. Calling herself the greatest champion of the film, Oprah said that she did everything in her power to make things right.
The behind-the-scenes production, but also everything that everybody needed. So whenever I heard that there was something that people needed, I'm not in charge of the budget because that's Warner Brothers. You know, that's the way the studio system works. And we as producers, everybody gets their salary. That's negotiated by your...
She absolved herself of any responsibility by saying she was not in charge of the budget, but she showed up to solve any issues that she heard about and claimed that Taraji and the others would vouch for her. However, fans are side-eyeing Oprah. According to them, the fact that Oprah kept talking on, trying to clear her name was fishy to say the least.
And so whenever I heard there was an issue or there was a problem with the cars or there was a problem with the food, I would step in and do whatever I could to make it right. And I believe that she would even vouch for that and say that.
And that's not all. Oprah even addressed the questionable video of her from the top of the Empire State Building that had fans speculating about a possible beef between Taraji and Oprah. According to her, there was nothing to the video. While Oprah provided a long-winded explanation for her actions, fans just have one question. If Oprah is as guilt-free as she claims, why would she go this far to paint herself as innocent in the eyes of the public?
There was something online about us being separated at the top of the Empire State Building. On that particular day, we were so cold. So I don't know what kind of body language people were talking about. I was like just trying to stay warm.
What's more, during a CBS interview, Oprah laid the entire blame on the head of the WB at the time, Toby Emmerich. According to Winfrey, it was Tom who didn't want to provide the cast with separate trailers or dressing rooms. Meanwhile, Oprah painted herself as the Black Savior, revealing that she offered to pay for everyone's cars out of her own pocket.
To do a rental car, I personally called Toby Emmerich, who was at the time the head of Warner Brothers, and he said, well, that means we have to do cars for everybody. Then I said, then we do cars for everybody. And if it's necessary, I will pay for the cars myself. He goes, well, we don't want you to do that.
However, fans aren't buying Oprah's excuses. In their ease, Oprah is taking a page out of the How to Avoid Accountability book. She even pulled some strings behind the scenes to force Taraji into making an Instagram post, praising Oprah for her efforts on the set. Besides, fans haven't forgotten about what Oprah did to Monique, forcing her into doing an unpaid tour and then blacklisting her from the industry for saying no. The truth is out there. It's not like Oprah did anything to make things right in that situation. Decades later, Monique continues to ask Oprah for an apology. So, Oprah's claims about her being all for her sisters rising to success and carving out their own path in the industry are being met with backlash.
Money up.
All for everybody being the greatest and rising to meet the rising of their own life. And so
What's more, word on the street is that Fantasia wants to come forward with her own experiences. However, she's reluctant because she doesn't want to be blacklisted from the industry like Monique. The actress doesn't have the same position as Taraji, so she can't take the risk with her career. It makes sense why Fantasia would think twice about speaking up against Oprah. She's a powerful industry leader who can change the course of her career. This might explain why Fantasia was singing Oprah's praises on the red red carpet for the Golden Globes, calling her a mentor. However, fans found her words hard to believe, considering all that Oprah had put the cast through on the set of The Color Purple.
First of all, for Oprah to be in the trenches with us, we were out when there were bugs, like mosquitoes, hot. We would always look over and see her sitting there, and I'm thinking, she could be like eating caviar, drinking champagne, which I would love to be doing right now. But she was there with us. This story means a lot to her.
Some fans think that Fantasia is appreciating Oprah's supposed efforts out of fear. However, until she finds the courage, her fellow actors Taraji and Danielle will fight the good fight for her, dragging Oprah and Steven Spielberg into the spotlight. So far, fans have been appreciating the cast's efforts to shed light on Oprah's true colors. One fan said, "It's about time someone called Oprah out. New Oprah was no good. All she cares about is herself. Oprah should be ashamed of herself. Thank you, ladies, for calling her out." Another said, "I'm just gonna say it. What makes this situation reprehensible is that it was a black woman taking advantage of other black women. Not that it would be any better if it was done by someone of a different ethnicity, but it stings a whole lot more when we do this to our own. Shame on Oprah." But what's your take on the situation? Is Oprah really the one to be held responsible for what went down on the set of The Color Purple? Or did she turn a blind eye to her sisters? Let us know in the comments below.